Hi, it's Antonio with StopSmokingSuccess.com. So in this module, we're going to help you to create what's known as a well-formed outcome. A well-formed outcome is basically a mental representation of what life's going to be like for you once you've become a non-smoker. In order to do this correctly, if you look above or below this video, you will see a file that you can download. It'll have something along the names of well-formed outcome. Go ahead and download that. You can either edit it on a computer or you can print it out like I've done here. I personally recommend printing it out, mainly for the fact that there might be less distractions when using a computer. Either way, do whatever suits you best. After every question, I'm going to give you a chance to pause the video so you have time to fill everything out. So first and foremost, what date are you going to quit smoking for the first section? I recommend giving yourself at least a week. You can make it shorter or a little bit longer. I recommend anywhere from a couple days to a week, mainly for the purpose of learning some of the other techniques that are crucial to your success in becoming a non-smoker, such as the techniques that help you stop cravings. So go ahead and think about the date that you're actually going to quit smoking. I have a strong conviction that this is going to be the date that you quit smoking. Go ahead and pause the video to answer that. Now, you need to state your goal in positive terms. You don't want something that says, I don't want to smoke. I don't want this. You want to say, I want this. I want to be a non-smoker with healthy, clean lungs. So think about what you really do want. Go ahead and pause the video to answer. Now, what is quitting smoking going to do for you? What will you get out of deciding to become a non-smoker? What are you going to get out of giving up cigarettes? What personal values will this allow you to fulfill? If it's things such as freedom, security, comfort, love, joy, etc. Go ahead and pause the video and answer that. Now, how are you going to know once you've achieved this goal? I want you to get as sensory rich with this description as you can. What are you going to see, hear, and feel once you've become a non-smoker? One way to think about this is if you were to wake up tomorrow and a miracle had happened and you've become smoke-free, how would you know? What kind of things are you going to see, hear, and feel? What kind of things you're going to hear yourself saying, and what kind of things you're going to hear from the outside world. And also, what kind of positive emotions are you going to feel that allow you to realize, I've become a non-smoker? And make it as sensory rich as possible. If you need to, like I said, pause the video, close your eyes, and imagine you're 6 months in the future, or 3 months, whatever, and you've achieved this goal and you've become a non-smoker. How do you know? How will becoming a non-smoker affect your life? Think about it on all levels. How's this really going to affect your life in a positive way? Go ahead, pause the video and answer that. Now, what are you going to gain by becoming a non-smoker? Ultimately, what are you going to gain by giving up cigarettes? Go ahead and pause the video. What else is going to become possible by becoming a non-smoker? Are there certain goals that you've been pushing off? Maybe it's a health goal, fitness goal. Maybe even wanting to take a vacation, but you haven't had the money. Maybe it's been putting a strain in your relationships, etc. So what else is going to become possible by you becoming a non-smoker? Pause the video and then we'll move on. Now, for the next question, what's not going to happen when you become a non-smoker? A lot of smokers have an irrational belief or thought that a cigarette is their friend. And some smokers, this might not be you, some smokers have this feeling like they're going to be abandoned, like they're going to lose some kind of friend. Think about it. Are you really going to lose a friend? No. What's not going to happen when you become a non-smoker? Go ahead and pause the video and answer that question. Now, what will happen if you don't become a non-smoker? I want you to think about the worst possible thing that could happen. So really dig into your imagination. Close your eyes if you need to. Pause the video and then do this. Really think about what's the worst possible thing that could happen if you don't become a non-smoker. And let's be really vivid in your imagination. And here's a good indicator if you've kind of struck gold with this. If you get a really visceral feeling like something kind of hurts, like an emotional sting, that's what we're looking for. Go ahead, pause the video and answer that. Now, how are other people going to be affected if you don't quit smoking? What's the worst possible thing that could happen to other people that are connected with you or associated with you? Friends, family, loved ones, etc. Go ahead, pause the video and answer that. Now for this next question, you might have a hard time with it at first. Play around with it, have fun. So how would you describe yourself metaphorically as a non-smoker? If you were to describe yourself metaphorically as a non-smoker, what might this metaphor be? I'm like an unstoppable force for good, etc. A good way to do this is to allow your mind to wander. So go ahead and just close your eyes for a second. What I want you to do, I want you to imagine you're, let's say, 6 months in the future, and you've been smoke-free for those 6 months. I want you to imagine stepping outside of your body and stepping into somebody else's body. Somebody that's known you during this entire journey. Maybe it's a loved one. Maybe it's a colleague, a friend. Just somebody that's seen you make this miraculous change. I want you to step into this person's body, and I want you to see yourself through this person's eyes. And keeping your eyes closed, I want you to imagine what they might say about you, how they might describe you. If they were to use a metaphor, what might they say? This person's like a blank. This person's like an unstoppable force, etc. So just take as much time as you need. And if you want, you can open your eyes and pause the video. So basically just imagine stepping into somebody that's seen you make this miraculous change, and think about, how would they describe me metaphorically? Congratulations on deciding to become a non-smoker. In the next couple sections, I'm going to teach you some amazing tools. Tools to help with stop cravings, tools to deal with negative emotions that lead you to smoking, etc. So I just want to say congratulations. And if you have any questions about any of this material, any of the questions, if you look below, there's you can drop a comment below, ask me a question. I can answer it as best as I can. Or if it's a question you don't want other people seeing, if you look up at the contact bar, you can go ahead and contact me. So I look forward to seeing you in the next section. And if you haven't finished this whole form, go back to it and go through the video again and go through the forms. I look forward to catching up with you in the next section. Aloha.